Welcome here. We talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey. I was.
Oh, bitch! No, the fuck y'all did. So much balls. There's too much balls on that rash. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works. Hit it with a zigzag. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dog. Let's go. I'm fucks with it. We sick of your shit.
Hey, girl, hey. Life, relationships, pop culture.
Well, I'm go ahead. I'm listening, and he'll be looking at me. He will be looking at me, and he will go to sleep. He will go to sleep. Look at me in my face. I'm talking to you.
We talk about it all, baby. So, y'all ready? I know y'all ready. Because it's showtime. And that's on the ancestors, baby.
And it's just not good.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We're here. We talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey. I was.
Oh, bitch! No, the fuck y'all did. So much balls. There's too much balls on that rash. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works. Hit it with a zigzag. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dog. Let's go. I'm fucks with it. We sick of your shit.
Hey, girl, hey. Life, relationships, pop culture.
Well, I'm go ahead. I'm listening, and he'll be looking at me. He will be looking at me, and he will go to sleep. He will go to sleep. Look at me in my face. I'm talking to you.
We talk about it all, baby. So, y'all ready? I know y'all ready. Because it's showtime. And that's on the ancestors, baby. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I did not watch NXT. I needed a break. So I took it. I got the Cliff Notes from Twitter and the WWE NXT Twitter page. Shout out to them because I have an idea of what happened. But I'm just going to go match by match, and we're going to start at the end and go back to the beginning. Um, since this was the most recent, Long Chen and her best friend had a match with Zoe and Nikita. Obviously, Zoe and Nikita did not win said match. These two were able to retain the titles, and Zoe turned on Nikita. She blamed her for the fact that they couldn't capture the titles in the first place and that they lost it the second time. So, no, you sent me notes. I'm going to use the notes. I'm going to send the notes. Use the notes, Kenny. Don't worry. Oh, shit. I didn't even see your notes. I got it. Thank you. Kenny always got me, though. Because I sure didn't watch it. I sure did not watch it. I appreciate you, Kenny, for real. Because I had no idea. And I was like, well, I could just ask them what. So I'm going to use Kenny notes. But yeah, so these two, they beat the two twin bitches. I don't know. I don't care for either one of these teams. I don't like Kata and Katana. They do not do anything for me. I don't know, honey. Your mask is not on. The seal isn't on. Give me my gummy bears. Give me the open bag. Thank you. Okay. So they lost. The Disco Twins can retain. I just don't care. I don't care enough about either of these two teams to actually have an investment in it. Now I am invested in Zoe and Nikita fighting because it's two bitches fighting. I mean, Zoe done turned heel, which is fine by me. And Nikita's probably gonna be an ultimate babyface as of from now on. It's gonna be interesting to see them fight. I kind of figured they would turn on each other and they weren't gonna, but I wouldn't mind them being champion and then her turning on her, similar to what happened with Cora and Roxanne or whatever the case may be. But that's what happened, child. That is what happened. They didn't get the titles. Boo frickety who, and the Long Chin bitch and her friends still the champions. I guess at this point, okay, it. At this point, it really don't matter about the tag team titles. They have not done anything to keep me invested. I will say this, that whether you love or hate Toxic Attraction, they did keep you invested in those titles. Like, you were definitely about those titles. You was like, ooh, when are they gonna drop them? And I feel like it's always that way. Hold tight, y'all. Hold on. I just need to upload a few things. Just a few. Because some things did not upload. All right. So if y'all had any backfire in there, I apologize. I mean, it's no teams for them to fight. They're all injured. They boring, Don. They're boring. Like, there's nothing about them that keeps you invested. When they were the one, like, that's what I'm saying. It's not about them fighting anybody. It's not about that at all. It's about them as a team. They're not somebody that you get what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense to me. Like, I would love that. That would have been fun to watch because they're not anybody, they're not able to hold attention long enough. And I just don't like them. I'm just not a fan of them. And I was like, just give them the titles. They're a tag team. They would work. And then, even though to their credit and to Don's credit, a lot of the tag teams have gotten injured, like Yulisa and Valentina had to split because Yulisa got injured. Lash is there. If Jakara is ready, she's already doing well on NXT Level Up. Make her a team with Lash. Give them something. Give them some type of rivalry that makes sense. Do something, but don't just leave them hanging out there to dry. They just get on my nerves. Like, even when they are like, they okay, so you had Nikita and Zoe as a team, right? They were boring. They weren't even fun to watch in that aspect. I was just like, I don't give a shit. It's like, yeah, what y'all saying is true. You do have to lose as a team in order to really, it like, y'all just whack. It's the best way to explain it. They don't give off anything other than we're a tag team. What else do you offer? What else are you offering us? Because with Toxic Attraction, we knew the game. They didn't make the titles. Okay? They weren't made by the titles. Toxic Attraction were who they were, and the titles were added to that. That's the difference. Whereas these two feel defined by those titles, as if because they've earned them, that somehow puts them in a superiority spot. Whereas with Toxic Attraction, it just made things easier and better for them. Does that make sense? Am I making sense for people? Because I feel like a lot of times people are confused when I talk. And the real thing, I'm just trying to make sure people understand where I'm coming from, because they're not entertaining. I don't care if they have somebody there or not, because I'll tell you what, the people they were going up against would be the ones who would be worth watching, not them, which says a lot about them as a tag team. And I just feel like we were wrong about the assessment of them being the team. We just were. Well, one team was offering just dance moves and glow sticks, and the other one was offering muscles and tantrums and Fashion Nova Shein. Girl. Kenny ain't shit for that. She is not shit for that. But you know what? She is 100% right. However, these two right here, I'm just not feeling them. I will do my best to not be biased and to give them a better shot, because they rightfully have earned a better shot. So I'll say, you know what? It's not fair for me to just say that they're boring because they haven't had an opportunity to really wrestle anybody else. So let's just wait it out, right? Okay. I'll be nicer, and Don's right. They haven't really had an opportunity to wrestle other people to actually be entertaining, but I will give them a chance. I will remove my bias, and I will try to not see them in that light, but that is going to be difficult because I just feel like that they are boring. I said no, they boring. I generally want to try to get them a chance. So I'm gonna wait and see what the fuck they gonna do. I'm gonna wait because I don't want to just say it and then be like, well, the proof is in the pudding. No, I want to at least be attempted to be proved wrong, that I'm wrong about the assessment of them. But that whole gimmick that they have with the party girls thing, y'all ain't even party girls. It's like, damn, what? Y'all come out there with the guns and y'all don't do nothing but just move your hips with the guns. It's so fucking sad. Like, I just want to understand. That's all. Like, being said they boring, but they're at a standstill right now because there's nobody there for them to rant to feud with. Fair enough. All right. So Brutus went up against Crabapple Kemp. Kenny notes are funny. Oh my god. Damon Kemp looks like a crab apple when he smiles. It's like little teeth. It's just so fucking weird. He is such an old ass man in the face. And Brutus had 5 minutes with Kemp. Brutus beat the brakes off of David Kemp to the point where they was about a little less than 3 minutes into the match, and Brutus, according to Kenny, these is Kenny words. Kenny said Brutus beat that Billy Ocean Negro dealing David Kemp. Kenny is fucking stupid. Oh my god, yo. Brutus whooped his ass. Brutus hit him with that chair 3 times. Brutus took him out. I was like, that's what's up. I fucks with that heavy. Okay. Now she said autocorrect. Girl, I feel you. Now listen. Charlie Dempsey came back today and Andre Chase had a match with Charlie. Andre was in one of Charlie's holds, one of his submissions, and Andre would not give up. And Duke ended up throwing in the white towel. Thea was trying to rally him to keep him in the game, but ultimately Duke threw in the towel. Now, let me see what Kenny's notes say about that. Hold on. Andre Chase versus Dempsey. Duke threw in the towel, causing Dempsey to win, even though Andre was still fighting. So it seems like that Agent of Chaos idea is definitely something that is happening right now when it comes to Duke Hudson and Chase U. I imagine within the next couple of weeks, Duke Hudson and Andre Chase are going to be fighting for the rights to Chase U, or to be the I guess you could call it the dean of Chase U. More than likely, Duke Hudson will win, and they will get rid of Chase U. That will be the catalyst to move Chase U so that Kiana can get the deed to the school, so to speak. But anyways, yep, you was right, Donnie. You just know that Kemp had that pacifier until he was like 4. He was one of those kids. I feel it, girl. Agreed. I was cheering for that shit out of Brutus, rightfully whooping his ass post match. And Brutus was like, fuck this match. I want to whoop your ass, which he did. And I loved it. Charlie. I don't know why she's so in love with Charlie. He's a weird looking dude to me. He's so weird. Duke did the Lord's work. No, he did fuck ass Kiana's work. That bitch is petty. She is a petty, flathead bitch. I don't like her. Anyways, Don said, I told y'all Chase U was about to fall. Yeah. Yes, it's over. Unfortunately, because I like Chase U. I thought for it to get over the way that it did, that is very, very, very amazing. But like, I'm kind of mad that that's how they're gonna end it. Well, I hope they get that limp haired bitch back for stealing their land and shit. Cause that's basically what she doing. If Kiana was a part of the animal kingdom, she'd be a turtle. Not a turtle. Oh my god. Okay. All right. So the show opened up, I think, with Cameron Grimes and Gacy. Kenny is a fucking menace, bro. The show opened up with Grimes and Gacy, and of course, Ava cost Grimes the match. I mean, after she was the one doing all of the talking last week, I would have been surprised Gacy would have won that match all on his own. I don't see how Cameron got. I mean, they said this is the last time these two are going to wrestle each other, so it is what it is. I pulled Cameron from down there. I feel like Cameron needs to come to the main roster at this point. I say do it. You know, pull him up, let him come up. You know. All right. We're gonna move on to the other matches that were scheduled and actually happened on the show. So, this blockheaded Roblox looking Negro, Minecraft looking bitch, JD McDonough went up against Axiom. In the match, Axiom was put into a submission by JD McDonough, to which he would not let go. And this ended up having Axiom win the match, but JD McDonough still would not let him go, continuing to try to hurt Axiom and, mess up his knee. There's no word on whether Axiom, really got hurt or anything like that, but it is what it is. Now, on to the side stuff that we. Oh my God! Look at this man's profile. Look at it. Ooh. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, please.
Wait a damn minute. What?
I can't. His face. Oh my gosh. Jesus, he is an ugly motherfucker. God. He is such an ugly mother. What is going on with your hairline, sir? What is this? Who did that? Who did it? Girl. Oh, that's just sad. That's just sad. And you look like it. You're such an easy read. It's not even worth it. It is so not worth it, bro. It's not even worth it. Child. Mm-mm. 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 I'm sure you do, Caleb. I mean, it is about your man. He has a very strong profile. Girl. That picture of Grayson Waller is how everybody look at Von Wagner when he walk around normal. I'd be looking at him like that. Kenny is so messy. Well, I don't really know how this went down, but Kenny's notes say Braun and Vaughn on Grace's little talk show. We know how those go. Stone got hurt. I'm pretty sure Von Wagner left him in the ring, and Robert Stone got speared or some shit. Aaliyah said, like, why did the devil do him like this, girl? DNA have a mind of its own, babe. But apparently, Brian Breaker ain't no bitch. But we'll get to that in a second. Carmelo Hayes' punk ass was at the barbershop with his little punk ass friend Trick Williams and called Wesley a transitional champ. You mean like how you was when you lost your title to Cameron Grimes and then won it back? Because I remember that. I don't know about you, but I remember that. Kenny notes are fucking hilarious. So I don't see no notes about them. But basically, he was like, it's nothing. Carmelo Hayes is a transitional champion. And I'm finna get my title back. And then I'm gonna be a 3-time North American champion. I'm like, okay, babe. You do all you can. Kayla is still talking about her man and Von Wagner. So let me go back to the picture, child. Kayla said I found it hilarious that Grayson Waller said that he's more handsome than Brian. And I'm like, motherfucker, you can't be. Because your lips are dried in the Sahara Desert. I'll put it this way. Grayson isn't a bad looking dude. His biggest problem is his mouth. Like, legitimately, if Grayson if I went on a date with Grayson Waller and I was like, I want to fuck him, he most definitely could not talk. Like, I'd be like, shut the fuck up and let me do what I'm doing. Please be quiet. He doesn't have the mouth or the voice for that. Like, he would either have something in his mouth or he would have to shut the fuck up. Period. That's all I can say to that. Let me finish getting Kayla's shit in here. 2, it's tiring when kids of pro wrestlers get told they're only here because of their family. Which Von Wagner has no room to talk because if Kyle O'Reilly didn't get injured, he wouldn't have. Well, he wouldn't have been in the NXT title. And if it wasn't for O'Reilly putting him over before he left, he wouldn't be relevant today. So relax, asshole. Well, as far as Von Wagner is concerned, talking about somebody getting yelled at their parents. That is an old trope. And it can be tiring if said child is not rising to the occasion. Most of the guys who come from wrestling backgrounds, like Natalia, Charlotte, um, the Usos, Roman, Randy Orton, people who are like second and third generation superstars. Most of them have the abilities that are necessary to perform at a high caliber. Now, I said most, not all. There are a few select few who want to be like their parents, uncles, cousins, brothers, whatever the case may be, but they lack the charisma and style necessary to perform at the same caliber as their familial counterparts. In Brian Breaker's case, in my humble opinion, Brian Breaker is the perfect combination of Scott Steiner and, of course, Rick. He has his father's prowess and his uncle's tenacity. He has his uncle's charisma, but his father's wrestling skill. And that to me is a very good combination. It means that he is able to adapt in a situation where he needs to be able to shine on a more of a character front rather than just shining on his wrestling capability and what he can do physically, athletically. Brian Breaker is a typical meathead style wrestler, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why you have people like Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley run the gambit. You can find them. So the thing with me is, while Von Wagner may have some truth to what he's saying, it also is a testament to his own insecurity. Yeah, I got here because of my father, but without my own work ethic and my own ability to perform, he doesn't determine how long I stay here, how long I'm champion. None of that falls on my father. That all falls on me. So if we're talking about nepotism, yeah, he got me in the door, but I'm the one who kicked it down. Now, don't get mad at me because you were here before me. Okay, you were here before me, couldn't get the job done, and then you turned around and wasn't seen for months on end. Then you pop up with Robert Stone, and now all of a sudden you missed the get bag. Nah, fam, because there was a reason why the belt wasn't put on you in the beginning, and they trusted me with the title over you, and that's because I'm a better wrestler than you, I'm a better character than you, and that's just it. And that's just it, babe. Bottom line, all right? She said Ron Wagner is fucking boring to the point of making Braun Strowman look good, charisma wise, but I would try to give him a chance. I don't know, babe. Von Wagner can't talk. And I won't say he's a shitty wrestler. He's an okay wrestler for a big man. He's okay. He's gotten better. But character-wise, he's fucking horrible. So no thanks. Dime is a damn good example of failing to meet the family counterpart. Very much so. He's a good modern day example. A past example, Ted DiBiase Jr. You don't believe me? Go back and watch the shit. Curtis Axel. Child. Brian Breaker looks like his dad, but sounds like his uncle, which is crazy. Not really. The Steiner brothers look alike. So I'm not surprised there's some characteristics or traits that Brian Breaker has of each brother because they were very close. So I'm not surprised. They kissing Dom's ass and I can't stand it. Child, he been getting his ass whooped. So what's Brian's new name, Kayla? Very much so, because without Maurice by him, I'd be like, why am I watching this man? Mm-hmm. Okay. If she retains, good for her. Curtis Axel was so bad they thought Dolph was Mr. Perfect son. Child. Crazy in a good way. Curtis Axel was never gonna live up to Mr. Perfect. And you know what I find? A lot of kids do not want to live up to their parents' legacy. They want to set their own path and blaze their own trail. Randy Orton did that. And in fact, he surpassed his father's legacy in more ways than one. Randy Orton and Charlotte Flair and Natalya, I'll give Natalya that, are three of the generational superstars that I would say three different paths lead you down a path of greatness. It depends on how you define it. Natalya is forever respected in the wrestling community for her wrestling capability and the way she's able to teach people how to wrestle, improve them in their skill and in their talent, and then she just moves from person to person, consistently helping to improve, and elevate. Natalya will always be the one that everybody goes to when it's time to shake some things up and kind of reinvigorate your wrestling capability. It always happens and it always will because she is just that good. She's a technically sound wrestler. She always has been. So for her to be able to elevate the women's division quietly behind the scenes is an amazing feat, and she'll be one of the greatest of all time just because of that. Now, when you talk about Charlotte Flair, we're not talking about the belts. Let me make things clear. A lot of people don't like Charlotte because of how she was booked. That is something that she cannot control. Think about the woman and how she wrestles. There are very few people who can wrestle and do it with the way Charlotte does. Keep you involved, keep you entertained, and have an amazing athletic prowess. She's one of the most athletically gifted superstars on the roster, and Charlotte Flair always gives it 150% in just about every match. Now, there was a time where Charlotte wasn't doing that, right? I fully understand that. I fully acknowledge that. But given Charlotte's kind of reinvigorating, revamp of herself, she's able to come in and really shine when she has worthy opponents. Now, I believe that Charlotte will perform if given the right person to go up against. People like Naomi, Bianca, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Bayley. She'll perform against those who help her, who make her rise to the occasion. If you don't rise to the occasion with her, she's not going to give you that 5-star match, to which I don't fucking blame her. Randy Orton is another one. If you don't know, Randy Orton is one of the most athletically gifted superstars on the roster. He has a technical skill background that's unmatched by many. And Randy, he just has a way. He has a presence in that ring that is not of any superstar on that roster anywhere. And he is heavily missed right now on that roster. But I will say this. Of all three of them, my favorite still is Randy Orton. Randy Orton has been able to stand the test of time. almost frozen in time. Now, the body may not be willing, but the mind always is. And the thing about it is, you always have to look at what they are capable of. People perform at a high caliber all the time. Even though their opponents may not be the greatest opponents, they perform at a high caliber all the time. And Randy's the type of dude, don't matter who he go up against, all his matches are great. They're not perfect, but they're great, right? So out of all three of those generational stars, he's definitely my favorite. What I find is that a lot of people always rely on the fact that they're generational stars and they don't want to give them their props simply because of that, and that's not fair. You have to assess them for them as individuals. Okay, it's my Brian or Brian. I am not calling a grown man Brian. Mm-mm. His name Brian Breaker. On occasion, I might call him Brian. Other than that, I'm not doing it. Not doing it behind the camera. He's excelling beyond expectations. Of whom? Because I don't see it, girl, child. He can do whatever the hell. They can do whatever they want to with Von Breaker's stupid ass. But in my opinion, he's not worth the time or the effort. But they gonna do what they want to do. He mustn't be excelling at being the errand boy, because on camera, yeah. Out of the second or third generation wrestlers, I feel bad for Charlotte the most. She always gets hated for being Ric Flair's daughter. I don't think she gets hated for being Flair's daughter. I think Charlotte gets hate for simply just being Charlotte Flair. And being Charlotte Flair is not an easy task. That's hard. And Bianca's starting to feel that same hate right now. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, unfortunately. She had a good match with Shotzi and Liv and Nia. Of course. I'm still shook by the way Randy did that one toe touch when he lifted Mark Henry. That was an event. No, it's for me to call him that too. I know, but you're going to be typing it in the comments. Just like you always type my man, you're going to be typing that. He's Cora's Brian. Well, yeah, he is. He dating Cora, child. Cora Jean got him. Cora can't wear that. Goodness me. All right. So, like I said, Carmelo was in his feelings. Oh, thanks, Mom. He lost his championship and he's mad. So now he wants to talk shit about Wesley being a transitional champ. And as I said, there was a time when your black ass lost your title. Twice, if I might add. Just say you're going to get your title back. You ain't got to insult him. You were in that match to win the title. And he took your ass out to get it. So why you calling him a transitional champ, bitch? You need to be bowing down since you such a punk. Bo Dallas made me pay attention to him when he started. And when he fizzled out, I was a bit disappointed. When Bo Dallas was with the B team, that worked for him. I would have been just like, fuck it. I'll join my brother, right? He might have done, but they probably said no. You know Vince was there, acting up. Don, shut up. And Tiff, I'll start on a Braun Breaker because I don't want to look thirsty, baby. It's too late. I'm your friend. I'm telling you the truth. It's too late, babe. Hey, y'all. I know. Now, I know Bay wasn't on that BS tonight. See, I gotta find me somebody else. Oh yeah, honey. Him and Trick was at the barbershop because they can't go nowhere else and talk. So they was at the barbershop talking about Wesley's a transitional champion. He was with him with the Fiend. I don't remember that. When with him, like we all knew he was there, or like with him behind the scenes. Okay, sir, not you, sip water. So that happened, and then let me read Kenny's notes. Kenny said Cora talking her Bud Light bullshit. Roxanne still in her nice Bailey bullshit. Lola came out there and beat Soul Ruka. And after Lola won, Indy attacked her. She said Lola had on this cowardly lion ass jacket. Like, bitch, what? Stacks had a match with Hank. And I want to say Hank won that match, but I'm not sure. Somebody will tell me in the comments. Oh, he was a stand-in behind the scenes. Okay. I mean, like, he should be a part of Bray Wyatt's stable, period. You know? So, like, even if it was live, we saw Bray and The Fiend. Okay. So he was the one wearing the mask for the Fiend character. Got you. Okay. Yeah, but I don't think they was gonna let him join him permanently. I believe that Bray Wyatt probably suggested it, but they declined to let him do it. No, Stacks won by poking him in the eye. Oh, great. Stacks got a big ass nose, and he irritates my soul. So there's nothing about him that is appealing to me. I mean, he's a nice looking white boy, but other than that, like I could live without him, to be honest. That I agree. He would have been the greatest sacrifice. You're right. All right. So this all led to next week's show. So we're supposed to get McDonough and Apollo Crews going at it because he's been going at Apollo Crews' neck for a little while. And then you got Von Wagner and Braun Breaker going at it. I do not believe they're going to give this championship to Braun Breaker. He is not worth the time nor the effort. And then Alba Fire and Mandy are going to be in a last woman standing match. So Alba took out JC today and said she's going to take out Mandy on next Tuesday. At this point, I just don't care. I really don't. If Alba don't win, pull her up to the main roster. Okay? And y'all can figure out what y'all want to do after that. Because, I mean, at this point, y'all just pulling a Roman with Mandy, which to me makes no sense. None whatsoever. Y'all do whatever the fuck y'all want to do. I'm just over it. I don't want to watch it. I'm not going to. I could care less about Mandy Rose, if she wins or not. I do not care. I do not care. But am I allowed to be thirsty? Because even though I might be thirsty, at least I'm respectful about it. Girl, listen. You're the only person who cares about it. Nobody cares about it. It was a joke. I could care less about you liking Braun Breaker. If you like him, you like him. I understand why. As that's not me trying to be mean. I'm just telling you. I don't care. And I think ain't Carmelo supposed to fight Wesley next week? Let me double check on Twitter. Okay, so we got this little thing with this. Hold on.
I've wiped the slate clean for a fresh start and left the past where it should be left. Understand power doesn't come from a title or position. It comes from getting the entire world to cooperate and play by your rules. The ones who are forthcoming get a pass, but those who don't will be brought to justice. My form of justice.
Okay. Okay, girl. So, another Dodger COVID vignette. He talking about he gonna do another form of justice. Okay. Cool. And Shawn Michaels is supposed to have a big update and a big old statement about Deadline next week. A big old statement about Deadline, honey. Okay. And next week they're not supposed to rest. So Wesley and him is supposed to have a contract signing next week. Ciao. All right. I'm exhausted. But I have some funny news to tell y'all about Oscar and E.O. Scott. Okay. No, it's a signing. Okay, cool. I want to say Alba, but looking at the track record, I don't know no more. Exactly, Don. That's why I said I don't give a shit. I just don't care. If Mandy loses, cool beans. If Alba loses, I don't give a fuck. I'm not invested in this. I don't care. It's a contract signing mind strong week for the NXT title next week. What? He sounds like Batman, girl. Anyways, so there's this big ass timer. Not nobody said they wasn't in here. Sorry, Nicole. So next week, Shawn Michaels is supposed to give you a deadline update. I guess that deadline, the update is supposed to tell you what the pay-per-view is, because they got this whole timer running on Twitter, and I'm just like, okay. Remember when you wanted to know what Oscar and Io were saying in Japanese? Yeah, I don't need to know what they were saying in Japanese because We Love Wrestling had it translated on his page, and I found out what they were saying in Japanese. So I appreciate it. But I already got the answer to that question. Um, cool. Dajakovic. Don't act like you don't know who Dajakovic is, babe. That's a good wrestler right there. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna get through this though. Okay, so we got a couple things next week that we need to look out for. We're gonna listen to Shawn Michaels give his statements. I don't know why he acted like it's a State of the Union address, but he's gonna give a statement on Deadline. I'm assuming that this is gonna tell us what the fuck Deadline is supposed to be in terms of a pay-per-view. When you look on Twitter, there's this big old clock rundown talking about Deadline. It's cute or whatever. Hopefully we'll get a better understanding of what Deadline is and what the superstars are going to be doing at Deadline. We're also going to get 2 title defenses next week, being the main titles. The women's title is going to be defended in a last woman standing match. All right. So y'all know we just had one at Crown Jewel, and now we're having another one in NXT. Y'all taking this Shawn Michaels shit too seriously. It's just a pay-per-view announcement. Not taking it seriously. I'm just telling you what was on Twitter and what was said to be announced. He said it was an announcement. That's how I announced it, as an announcement. I don't know what it is. I didn't watch it. So I have no idea what's going on. I'm just relaying the information as it was given to me. Not y'all trying to shade Dodger COVID. I mean, I guess he, like I said, I guess he's gonna explain what deadline is gonna be. I have no idea. At this point, my brain can barely compute what it should be. So I don't know. I'm not saying anything about him dying. And he said you said a lot by not saying enough. Oh jeez. Anyways, miss everything per usual. You didn't miss anything. I'll run it down so you can know what you missed in terms of NXT. But Cameron Grimes' match with that Joe Gacy was the lead out match. Joe Gacy did beat Cameron Grimes. Joe Gacy did beat Cameron Grimes via Ava Raine, helping him. He cost Cameron that match. I mean, she cost Cameron that match. And since we heard that this is the last time these two will compete, Cameron is not going to get any get back. Yes, Zoe did turn on Nikita. Zoe and Nikita lost the match, which kind of explained Zoe's behavior. Zoe and Nikita lost that match, and yeah, she is settling in very well. Zoe and Nikita lost that match, and it looked like they was gonna shake the two Katana and Kaden's hands, which I assume it appeared to be, but ultimately Zoe had the tag team title and hit Nikita with the title, knocking her out, blaming her for the loss, and just attacking her and hitting her with the running knee. She tossed the tag title back to Kaden, the girl with the abnormally green eyes, and that was the end of that. So, yeah, babe. She blamed her, babe. I have no idea. Like I said, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. I don't know what happened. I'm just relaying the info, babe. I didn't even know she ate the pin. I thought Nikita ate it. That's why I was like, well, damn. Like, well, if Nikita ate the pin, maybe Nikita deserved to get her ass whooped. I don't know. It is what it is. Aaliyah says she's not trying to be shady. I can't wait for Dijakovic to come back because I used to love seeing him wrestle Keith Lee. Yeah. Ava settling into herself well. Yeah, she is. She made it very clear that she's going to protect Joe Gacy at all costs, and sis did that. So, Zoe the one who ate the pin. Why she wilding out? Babe, that's what I was saying. I don't know. I actually thought Nikita ate that pin, and I was like, child. I feel like Ava was the Rhea of NXT by costing Grimes the match. I won't say that. I feel like Ava just got there, so Ava did what she thought was best to protect Schism and to protect Joe Gacy. I wouldn't call her the Rhea of NXT. That's a bit much. Zoe probably mad because Nikita made her miss that Trump rally. Y'all be on some trash, bro. Like, God. How is she the Rhea by costing one match? So many have done it. Let Ava be Ava. True. Tirza, they both be going to that Trump rally. Y'all ain't shit, bro. Y'all ain't shit. But I'm excited to see Ava in the ring soon. Maybe she'll wrestle soon. I think they might pull the trigger slowly on Ava. Von Wagner and Grayson Waller and Braun Breaker were on Grayson Waller's The Waller Effect show, and Von Wagner made some points about Braun Breaker, being a second generation wrestler, having everything handed to him. He had to fight for his, and Braun didn't, and blah, 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 blah. So next week, they're supposed to wrestle each other. Amazing. Great. That's it. That's that. That's that story. That's that story. That's all. That's all. Nicole, I just thought when I saw the match. If y'all haven't watched Tales from the Territories, off topic, but it's good. Okay, I'm gonna look at it. Vine reminds me of Frankenstein when damn brows he got. I'm starting to believe they fake because there just ain't no way. So Vaughn copied and pasted Xavier's promo segment from last night. I'll say he took pieces from it. I won't say he copied it. He basically just was calling Braun Breaker a nepotism baby, and he's gonna beat him next week. That was the gist of it. I'm sorry, baby. Laughing out loud, but costing someone a match is not a Rhea exclusive. She's the first. She won't be the first. She's not the first, and she won't be the last. True. He looked like the caveman from Complaint. That shit took me out. It's messy. Man, if this doofy, lanky, non-wrestler looking ass don't get the fuck on, babe, at this point, I just want them to wrestle so Von Wagner can get it out of his system. Because I'm just tired and I'm just over it. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I have good personal news to tell you. Would you like to know what it is? Sure. Let me finish telling you what else happened. So Brutus went up against Damon Kemp. Damon Kemp did win this match, but not the way you think. Damon Kemp got beat over the back repeatedly with a chair by Brutus, mainly because that's what he did to Brutus. He attacked him with the chair. Now, this was done less than 3 minutes into the match. So technically, while they were still under the clock of the match, Damon Kemp won the match by disqualification. But he ate like 3 or 4 chairs because of it. Now he's on Twitter with his crabapple looking ass, still gloating that he won. And I'm like, nigga, you's probably in the back with the trainers icing that weak ass back of yours, okay? You need to be worried about them tiny balls you got, not how many matches you've won. Because it ain't been that many. You've been in Diamond Mine for I don't know how long. And every match you've had that we've seen televised on television, you've lost, my guy. So as far as I'm concerned, you should be more concerned about that win-loss record. And on top of that, how you got the win is more important than the win. Because it's still going to say disqualification. Winner, Damon Kemp. Not winner, Damon Kemp. Remember that. Either way, they got their ass whooped. Now, I believe that in this particular match was when Veer and Sanga attacked the Creed brothers. Somebody correct me. Somebody correct me. I mean, the schism is hypocritical, which is not surprising. That's because they called out Grimes for paying Gallows and Anderson to tag with them. But at least Gallows and Anderson got paid. But y'all are getting manipulated for free. Well, in this case, I wouldn't call it manipulation. They just stood at the balcony. Oh, okay, so they came out there. They just watched. Got it. In this case, when it comes to Grimes and Schism, I I won't call it manipulation. It seems like they're willful participants in Joe Gacy's, um, I guess you could say, setup. Um, in terms of GYV, they make sense, right? GYV have been overlooked for quite some time, and quite frankly, they shouldn't have been. Okay, I'm just being honest. They're one of the best tag teams there, and out of all of the people there, there's no reason why Pretty Deadly is a multiple time NXT tag team champion, and GYV has never been tag team champion. That's the first thing. Now, when they decided to join Joe Gacy, it did seem odd for a little bit, but at the same time, I kind of understand why they're there. I'm not the biggest Joe Gacy fan. He weirds me out too. But I can see why a person would turn to Joe Gacy when you're not afforded the opportunities you feel like you deserve, right? In terms of Ava wanted to be able to debut in a what looks like Ava debuted in a unique in a different way. It's completely off the grid of what people expected, and I think that's going to work out in her favor. Um, so while yes, they may be manipulated storyline wise, and it may seem that way, I think it's a willful manipulation. They're all in this together, and there's one common goal, and that is for Schism to thrive. If Schism thrives, they thrive. And that's just how it works. Is this an indication that Cameron is also getting called up? I don't know. I would call Cameron up. I feel like there's no more business in NXT for Cameron to get into. He's already competed for the championship. He did not win it. He finally won the North American Championship. He got that. He ended up dropping it. So to me, there's no reason for Cameron to be in NXT anymore. And I thought that indication of him winning that title, well, not winning the title, but beating Gacy and Schism with the Good Brothers was a good sign that he was going to get called up at some point. Um, I'd call him up. I'd call him up 100%. I think it's time for him to go. I think it's been time for him to go. And there's only so much room in NXT. And I think after 3 years, I think 3 years should be the max amount of time that people spend at NXT. Because at that point, you're on television, you're regularly working, you already know what it's like. You get a small taste of the travel schedule when they start doing live shows and house shows. So you kind of get a gist of what you're getting yourself into. So I say put them on the front roster and let them get their feet running. Let them go. I would say yes to answer your question, though. I would say yes because I don't see any reason for him to stay there. Finally, Andre Chase went up against Dempsey. Dempsey beat Andre Chase because he had him in a submission move. He was on the verge of trying to get out of said submission move he was fighting, but Duke Hudson threw in the towel and pretty much cost Chase the match. Now, I said earlier that this is a clear indication that Chase U is about to be disbanded and go under. I saw that happening when Kiana started talking about Chase U being prime real estate and how she wanted to get that from underneath Andre Chase and the Chase U moniker. This all started before Brody was fired and left WWE. Now, I believe that Duke Hudson is an agent of chaos put inside of Chase U to cause problems, and he has already done that successfully. He was trying to cheat for Thea. He cost Andre Chase the match. It is just escalating into more and more. I think eventually they will end up going to having a match between Duke and Andre Chase, and Duke is going to beat Andre Chase, and he's going to be the new de facto dean of Chase U, to which he's end up going to sell it to fuck ass Kiana, and that's how they're going to get rid of Chase U. That's the only way I can see it happening. I'm taking my dad out to Applebee's this Saturday. I'll be picking the check up. I'll be picking the check when I get paid Friday. Cool. Have a good time. 3 years, Max agreed. Gotcha. I mean, I don't see them. I don't see any reason for them to stay in NXT any longer than 3 years, especially with the way that it's rotating talent right now. They don't need to be down there that long. They need to come up immediately. And then finally, we had Axum go up against fucking Minecraft head, Roblox looking motherfucker JD McDonough. Axiom and JD McDonough had a decent match until it got to a part where JD put Axiom into submission. In that submission, Axiom's leg was pulled all the way back. He wouldn't let go, so the ref had to stop the match, declare Axiom the winner by disqualification. JD McDonough still would not let Axiom go. He ended up letting him go later, and he was injured. So it looks like Axiom's knee is a little bit, hurting due to JD McDonough and his bullshit. But that was NXT. Okay, we got some little promos, got some shit. But girl, that head is the stuff of nightmares. You understand me? The stuff of nightmares. Okay. Hold on, y'all.
Damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you. I get on. Now Julio made me Scorpio, and I might hit your phone up with that bye. Listen my da. Listen that all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and toxic. You a damn drug, toxic. If you don't wanna see me, if you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I once did the heartbreak change me, baby, but look at where I ended up. I'm okay already, so moved on, it's scary, I'm not where you left me at all. So, if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, don't show up, don't come out, don't stop caring about me now, walk away, you know how, don't stop caring.
with a rhyme. 5 years plus doing musical grind. Fuck hip hop and beautiful grind. I compose unusual lines. I'll fuck with a 9 like 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me demonstrate. They need lift spot. This one elevates. They act stiff part. This one penetrates. Like heavyweight.
Musical grind. Beautiful grind.
Heavyweight.
Usual 9.
Like heavyweight Londoner, wonder my genes, I'm a conjurer. North, east, south and west, I'm a wanderer. Think before I move, I'm a ponderer. Impose my will on all, I'm a conqueror. War me, better off death for the opera. Couldn't see my steps with binoculars. Till I'm prosperous, no to react like phosphorus. I said, geez, man, I gas. Helium, drop that bar in a wheelie bin. Said he's strapped, but I'm not believing him. Said he's trapped, but I'm not believing him. If I was you, man, I wouldn't be seen with him. Embarrassing, if he talks, I'm slapping him, grabbing him, then kidnapping him. Now they only see him on the news like they vote, I delegate weight. Who wants to war with a region? Beat the beat, poor streets and decent. Way too sick for the water of streamers. Subway killer, pasta for dinner. Tweet, bear twits on my Twitter. That's back in these black. Calls from my river. Sweet MCs, we bounce and I figure.
Damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you when I get on. Now Julio made me Popio, and I might hit your phone up with that bye. Listen my da. Listen that all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and toxic. You a damn drug, toxic. If you don't wanna see me, if you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I once did. The heartbreak change me, baby, but look at where I ended up. I'm okay already, so moved on. It's scary, I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, don't show up, don't come out, don't stop caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't stop caring.
years plus doing musical grind. Hip hop and beautiful grind. I compose unusual nights. I'll talk with a line like 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me demonstrate. They need lift spot. This one elevates. They act stiff part. This one penetrates like heavyweight.
Musical grind. Beautiful grind.
Heavyweight.
Usual night.
Like heavyweight. London, I wander my jeans and my conjurer. North, east, south and west, I'm a wanderer. Think before I move, I'm a ponderer. Impose my will on a wall, I'm a conqueror. War me, better off there for the opera. Couldn't see my steps with binoculars. Till I'm prosperous, no to react like phosphorus. I said, geez, man, I gas. Helium, drop that bar in a wheelie bin. Said he's strapped, but I'm not believing him. Said he's trapped, but I'm not believing him. If I was you, man, I wouldn't be seen with him. Embarrassing, if he talks, I'm slapping him, grabbing him, then kidnapping him. Now they only see him on the news like they vote, I delegate weight. Who wants to war with a region? Beat the beat, poor streets and decent. Way too sick for the water of streamers. Subway killer, pasta for dinner. Tweet, bear twit to my Twitter. Catch back in his black, calls to my river. Sweet MCs, we bounce with a figure.
Damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you. I get on. Julio made me Fulvio. And I might hit your phone up with that bye. Missing my da. Missing that all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and toxic. You a damn drug. Toxic.
If you don't wanna see me, if you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I once did. The heartbreak change me, baby, but look at where I ended up. I'm okay already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So, if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, don't show up, don't come out, don't stop caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't stop caring.
Smooth with a rhyme. 5 years plus doing musical grind. Hip hop and beautiful grind. I compose unusual lines. I'll talk with a line like 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me demonstrate. They need lifts, but this one elevates. They act stiff, but this one penetrates. Like heavyweight.
Musical grind. Beautiful grind.
Heavyweight.
Usual nine.
Like heavyweight. London, I wander my jeans and my conjurer. North, east, south and west, I'm a wanderer. Think before I move, I'm a ponderer. Impose my will on them all, I'm a conqueror. War me, better off there for the opera. Couldn't see my steps with binoculars. Till I'm prosperous, no to react like phosphorus. I said, geez, man, I gas. Helium, drop that bar in a wheelie bin. Said he's strapped, but I'm not believing him. Said he's trapped, but I'm not believing him. If I was you, man, I wouldn't be seen with him. Embarrassing, if he talks, I'm slapping him, grabbing him, then kidnapping him. Now they only see him on the news like they vote, I delegate weight. Who wants to war with a region? Beat the beat, put streets in the eastern. Way too sick for the water of street. Man, subway killer, pasta for dinner. Tweet, bear twits on my Twitter. Catch back in these black, calls from my river. Sweet MCs, we bounce with a figure.
Damn right we take turns being wrong.
Okay. I don't know where I was at. I am gonna I'm gonna go. I will do Freestyle Wednesday tomorrow. No. I'm gonna I'll be back on live tomorrow. And my sister called and she's having a hard time with my nephew, so I just need a minute. So I will I will talk to y'all tomorrow when I do the Freestyle Wednesday. I'll probably cut this out when I do the post. But yeah, she called. My younger sister called and she's having a hard time with my nephew. And yeah, it's just rough. So I will talk to y'all tomorrow. All right. Thanks, Tirza. I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for coming and being part of my show. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe on the channel. It really helps to get my content out there for everybody to see. And I feel like even though we're a wrestling channel, we talk about a little bit of everything over here when I go live. So make sure you guys follow me on my social media as well. All of my socials are the same at Psych Design TV 2. You can find me on Twitter and you can find me on Instagram and you can find me on Facebook if you're a little nerd and you like Facebook. But don't forget to follow me and subscribe and make sure you rate my videos and get that algorithm up to push it up so I can start being a little bit more professional, so I can start making some coins. Okay? I will talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.